Welcome to Explorers Emporium, the Shopkeeper's Adventures. Today we're going to go through the process of cleaning up some Goblin 3D prints that will be made into a chess set. To start the process, we put on our gloves. I wear two sets. The first set are made of cloth, the other are nitrile gloves. I wear the cloth gloves to protect my hands, not so much from the chemicals, but because I have gloves on 2 to 3 hours at a time. Retrieving the build plate. The first part to retrieving the build plate is raising it up. We want enough room to slide a tray underneath so we don't get drips anywhere as we move. On the Anycubic, the plate just unthreads and then slides off. Separating the print from the build plate. When we go to separate the 3D prints from the build plate, we use a plastic spatula. We never want to scratch or gouge the build plate. When holding onto the build plate, do not grab the mount. Always hold the actual build plate. You don't want to move any of the build plate settings. Then press the spatula under the 3D print and carefully separate the print from the plate. Cleaning the build plate. Our goal is to keep our 3D printer in top condition. Keeping the build plate clean really helps. We want every print to be perfect. By keeping the plate clean, it helps the print stay stuck to the plate through the entire printing process. If a print pulls off, it can cause serious problems. We start off by using normal wipes to remove any excess resin from the build plate. We wipe in several directions to make sure the plate is very clean, top and bottom. We also double check for any leftover hardened resin and scrape the plate completely clean. Once we have used wipes to do the initial cleaning, we then coat the plate with isopropyl alcohol. We rub alcohol in multiple directions to ensure that the plate is clean. Then we wipe the plate off with a towel. We then repeat the process once more. Now the plate is ready to be put back on. Returning the build plate back to the machine. Put the build plate back on. Make sure it is completely pushed back and seated correctly. Then we just tighten the screw so that the build plate is secure. This cleaning process is the only time that we use alcohol with our system. Checking the resin bath. Once we have put the build plate back on, checking the resin bath is very important. With our gloves still on, we run our finger gently across the bottom. We are feeling for any leftover print material that might be stuck to the bottom. Also, a milky film will sometimes develop and build up, and it is good to rub this free. If we do find any material stuck to the bottom or floating in the resin bath, we always empty, clean, and strain the resin through a filter. Then we refill the bath with clean resin. Refilling the resin bath. Once all our cleaning process is done, we then refill the resin bath. This unit holds about 300 milliliters. It does vary on the machine. Do not fill to the top. When the build plate comes down, we don't want the resin to overflow. Most of our prints do not exceed 120 milliliters in resin use. Replace the lid so no exterior sunlight hardens the resin. Ultrasonic bath. Now that we have removed our 3D prints from the build plate, it is time to wash any excess resin from the 3D prints. Our first wash is an ultrasonic cleaner. It uses vibration to clean the 3D prints. In the bath water, we use about 10 milliliters of simple green in 1 gallon of warm water. We do not use isopropyl alcohol. Simple green is much safer and more effective. Cleanup. Now we will run the ultrasonic cleaner for about 6 minutes. During that time, we will do our cleanup. We try to keep things tidy for our customers and guests. We also use this time to inspect any towels or tools for breaks, tears, or cleaning. We make sure we did not forget anything along the way. We also start to prep for the next prints to start. The Whirlpool Wash. Once the ultrasonic wash is done, we carefully remove the 3D prints and place them into a whirlpool bath. Coming out of the ultrasonic bath, the 3D prints are pretty much totally clean. In the whirlpool bath, we use 5 milliliters of laundry soap in 1 gallon of water. This will completely rinse any residual cleaner or resin left over. We run this wash for about 6 minutes. Once the whirlpool bath is done, we carefully lift the basket from the bath water. Grab a towel and catch any drips, and carry the prints carefully to the wash sink. Oh man, we are almost done. Rinsing the 3D prints. For the rinsing, all we do is run a little warm water over the nooks and crannies of the miniatures. We just want to make sure it is free from any cleaners. Also, inspect the miniatures to make sure there are no print flaws or failures. We are now completing part 1 of making a Goblin chess set, cleaning the miniatures. Part 2 of making a Goblin chess set will be the clipping of supports and packaging. It should be done shortly after this one. Like and follow us. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you found it useful. If you would, please hit the like button, and we would love for you to follow us. If you like playing RPGs like Pathfinder 2e, Candela Obscura, The One Ring, Lord of the Rings roleplay, or D&D, please visit Explorers Emporium's digital downloads. It is a newer addition to our website, and new affordable downloads are being added constantly. We have downloadable and printable dungeon rooms and corridors, buildings, jails, and bridges. On our digital downloads site, you will also find digital videos for digital screens that are used for RPGs. Plus, we have some of Explorers Emporium's Kickstarters available. Our fancy 3D STLs for holodice can be found there. We also have a 3D file for a dungeon door that is hinged. The file can be downloaded and printed. The door opens and closes, great for using with our map packs, also available on the download site. There is a QR code at the end of this video that will give you the link to shop.explorersemporium.com, where you can find these cool digital